Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the GSM's Pride. It's a little bit early this morning, but we are headed, I say we, Jeff and Brian and I are headed to Daytona Beach to do some finance training with Brown & Brown Associates. It's going to be a long week. From what I hear, a couple of our other F&I managers, GMs have done it already, and from what I hear, it's pretty intense. There is actually a pass and fail, so puts a little bit of pressure on everybody, but let's check out, see what happens. We've got some travel in there, and then I'll see you all in a bit. So here we are, day one of the Brown & Brown training for Rooftop Automotive Network. As you can see, I've got a really good view outside. It's a little bright, but the sun's beating in there. I think back home in St. Louis we've got snow, and it's probably 75 degrees out here. So either way, heading out for the first meeting. I'll give you an update when I get back, but obviously there'll be some good shots of this amazing building from what I hear. So I'll see you all in a bit. Okay, everyone, so as you know, I'm over at Brown & Brown Dealer Services over in Daytona Beach, and I'm very, very lucky to be joined by John Tabor. Thanks for joining me, John.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. So he's actually the facilitator for the training, and I kind of wanted to pick his brain a little bit on a couple of things because I've been absolutely blown away how good this training's been, and I'm not just blowing smoke here. John's been absolutely excellent. I've done a lot of training in my time, but I've been real fortunate in this one to pick up a lot of stuff. I usually pick one or two things up, and I'm going to kind of steal John's thunder a little bit, but he really used the analogy of it's like a banquet, and if you can just take one thing away that we enjoyed, then that's really what he wanted to do. But I've actually taken probably the whole banquet at this point. So I kind of wanted to get your feedback on a couple of things.
Okay.
I want you to be open and honest, okay?
All right.
So don't worry. This is for the GSM's Pride, not for the Lou Fuse organization, but it will be obviously tied into that. But
okay.
So let's talk a little bit about your background. What got you in the car business, John?
I got into the car business a lot like a lot of other people because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was in another industry. I was in hospitality. And I was in a limited situation. I was a couple of professional athletes opened a bar, a sports bar, and they didn't know how to do it, and they wanted somebody to run it for a year. So I did, and it was not too far away from a car dealership.
Yeah.
And they would come in for lunch and do different things, and I was talking about that my contract was going to be up, and I was looking for something to do, and they said, "You got to come sell cars." And I really didn't know what I wanted to do at that time, so I thought it would be a good transitional job, something I could do until I figured out,
how many years have done that?
How before? To get a real job, and that was, 36 years ago, 37 years.
And you've done, I think you told us already, you've basically done everything in the car dealership, right? Just
about, yeah. I've done everything all the way up to. I was a dealer for a little period of time at a Harley-Davidson dealership, but I've never been a service manager or a body shop manager, but a little bit of everything else.
Yeah. You mentioned to us that you'd kind of retired out of the business a little bit, but you felt like there was something pulling you back, and that's what got you into training, right?
Yeah. Pulled me back was boredom. When you get in the auto industry, the pace of it, right? You're going all the time, and when you've done that over a period of time, and all of a sudden you're not getting up, going to work, you're not doing those types of things. I just found out quickly that wasn't for me, and that I'm going to be one of those people that we were just talking about it at lunch. I'm going to be walking around the place with a walker, and then they're going to say, "Hey, I think it's time you leave," because they're going to have to kick me out.
I've been in the business for 18 years, and the amount of guys I've seen who have literally said to me, "I will die in this place," is unprecedented. I have one right now at my dealership that literally said, "You're going to have to take me out in a coffin."
It's unfortunately, I've seen that happen a couple of times in the car business. But no.
So let me ask you this question. obviously, I believe, and again, I'm not just saying this because I'm interviewing you, but I believe this training was very, very exceptional. I've got a lot out of it. Even as a general manager, I know this is F&I training, but I personally have taken so much away from this. What's your opinion of, and please be honest, what's your opinion of Lufuse Automotive Network, just with the limited information you've got about it so far?
Well, I would say a couple of things. Culture. There's a lot of, in just about every industry, but certainly in the car business as well, as we talk about culture. And there's we'll have a mission statement, or we'll have a tagline, or something that speaks to what our culture is at the dealership. And it's really not necessarily through the whole organization.
Yeah.
My experience with your group is that it is there. It is part of the culture. I'll put it to you this way. I see a lot of dealerships. I see a lot of dealer groups, and we're fortunate enough to do business with some pretty progressive, dealers that are on it, working hard to get better. They believe in their customer base. They're trying to serve the customer the best they can. And what I see at Lufuse so far is that they kind of have the philosophy of investing in their people, and if they do that and they treat their people the right way, they'll in turn treat the customer the right way. And you see that every day. You can feel it, and I'm not blowing smoke at you for that, but I've been around, and it's just not as it's rare. I mean, the idea of having a group like we were working with right now, just the fact that this is F&I training, but half the people in here are sales managers or GS, general managers, is incredible. That's really kind of unprecedented to go through the expense, the trouble, the scheduling that it must have to this many people out of the dealership, but not just for an hour or two, but for 4 days. It speaks to the commitment that the organization has to its people and the development and the success of their people. So I put it right up there in one of the top organizations that we've had an opportunity to work with.
Well, you were kind of leading me into my next question. If you were to, you asked us what have we got out of each day? Mm-hmm. What have you got out of? Because this isn't the first group from our group that you've dealt with,
No.
right? You've done all three of them?
Yes.
Did you go to Clearwater to do it as well?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yes.
So, not just this group, but out of our organization, what was your takeaway from the groups that have all coming in?
A very high level of talent, and professionalism, but just the engagement. Everybody's, everybody is here to learn. They're here to be engaged. They're here to participate. They're not here because of any other reason. They're making the most of their time.
Yeah.
And that's been consistent through all the groups that I've worked with. And that's another thing that makes you stand out, right? That I'm going to be here for 4 days, and I'm going to get as much out of this as I can versus I'm going to wait and see. It's like everybody's leaning in, they're getting into it, and that's as good as it gets for somebody who does what I do.
Well, I'm going to tell you obviously I'm a general manager of one of the dealerships, but we have 11, and I don't get to see or work with these guys, all of them on a day-to-day basis. And like I said, I think I said this yesterday to the group, I've just seen the same thing, the engagement and how much talent we really have in our network that I think a lot of times we take for granted of how much we have in the network. But, I think this training is really going to take us to a different level. I really do. And I think we're already at a pretty good level, but we're going even further, and that's exciting.
Well, the initial results are pretty encouraging.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And but to kind of finish up a thought while you were talking is that I love it when an organization as large as yours puts people together that don't necessarily see each other on a regular basis. They go through an experience like we're going through this week, but those relationships now are there.
Yeah.
Those are resources for everyone from a professional's perspective. It's, hey, you know what? I'm going to go call John or somebody that I now know is in the organization that I really didn't know.
Yeah.
But now I know his talent. Now I know how he thinks. I know how or she feels about certain things. So I'm going to bounce this off of that person. It just expands everybody's resources and relationships.
Well, for me, just to add on to that, I now have identified people that I think I can maybe help.
Right?
Without, because you know how sometimes we as humans, we don't go and ask for help from people that we don't necessarily work with. And I think it's more an option for me to go and say, look, I'll help you if you need help, or I might need your help. And I just think that's been really good for this.
Well, I don't think people in general like to ask for help.
No, that's for sure.
So anytime we can put a group of people in an environment where it's okay to ask for help, and we kind of expose what we're good at, maybe what we could work on a little bit, that opens up that dialogue, and that's perfect.
Yeah. Well, John, I really appreciate you joining me. It was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for doing it. I hope you subscribe to the channel. You can maybe watch some of my fun I have during the times, and
I'll give it a shot.
I appreciate it. Thanks for joining me.
All right.
Appreciate it. So, finished day one over at Brown & Brown. Just on the rooftop, having some drinks on the windows after a long day. But this building is pretty new and pretty amazing, so I wanted to give you a quick snapshot of the view that we have on top of the roof. That's Dayton Beach. Learned a lot, and looking forward to tomorrow. I only had one test, so that was fun, but I'll see you all in a bit.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Okay, Chuck, you've the pleasure of coming out on this training.
Yeah.
Give me your opinion on what you think from the training as a whole.
I really think for everybody, and especially for the finance guys, it's kind of a reset to them taking a personal approach with the customers themselves. We've had Darwin for so long. I think it's become kind of a crutch and gotten them away from going out and sitting down and having that personal conversation with them. And I think this will, it'll create a little better relationship with the customer and give them a little more credibility and be able to build rapport. And I think this is going to, improve the customer's experience in the finance office. And obviously, result, would be, some more products sold. So.
What about Brown & Brown and office?
Oh my gosh, this place is amazing. Yeah. The lunch here every day. The facilities are beautiful. View of the ocean here, and of course the bar on the roof is pretty cool too.
Okay, Scott, give me your opinion of how you think the training's gone so far.
Well, I've been to a lot of trainings, and I will have to say this is probably one of the best I've ever been to. I didn't come here with a real open mind. I'm a sales manager, not a finance manager, and this is finance training, so I didn't understand how I'd benefit from it. And I'm taking back more knowledge from this than I think I ever got from any training that was intended for me. So I enjoy it, and there's a lot of valuable stuff. I really can't itemize it. I've got a notebook full of stuff I'm taking back with me.
What's your opinion of Brown & Brown and also our facilitator, John?
Well, Brown & Brown's an excellent company. They have treated us, they've rolled out the red carpet for us and treated us fantastic. And John is extremely knowledgeable, friendly, easy to get along with, and he presents everything in a way that makes it easy to understand, and the flow is really good. So I enjoyed every minute of it.
Okay, Jeff, give me your opinion of the training so far.
Well, the training has been absolutely captivating. For me coming in, I've never been a finance manager or presented any type of menu to anybody. And this has just made the flow, really a great transition for me. I think that our presenter, John Tabor, is just absolutely captivating. Here we've got a group of 20 or so people here, and everybody's working together and actually laughing, having a great time, and taking over just an absolute wealth of information. It's been a really fantastic experience.
What about Brown & Brown? What's your opinion of them?
Yeah, my opinion, Brown & Brown is the best. I haven't had much experience with them, but up to this point, I've really loved their representation. The facility here is just absolutely beautiful. The way they've treated us is top-notch. So they really have rolled out the red carpet and have taken great care of us.
Okay, Zach, give me your opinion of how the training has been.
Well, it is. It's been quite a difference of any other training I've ever been to in my life. Been fortunate enough to have been to a lot of training sessions over the years I've been in the business, which hasn't been too long, but about 10 years, and this is by far the most informative. And I think the reason for that is, personally at least, is that it's very collaborative with the whole team. I know the product itself and the training itself is great, but we also have a fantastic team here with us that has been very, like I said, collaborative. I'm trying to think of another word, but it's just we've kind of all been working together, participating in it and everything, and I think it's been a huge benefit to all of us. And being in the car business, you hear negativity all the time. It's constantly people being negative, and I can tell you that I haven't heard one bad thing from one person all week, and that is a very rare thing in the car business. And I think it's a testament to everyone buying into this new training, and it's honestly, it's just been awesome.
Give me your opinion of what you think of Brown & Brown and also John, our facilitator.
So John is also, again, by far the best trainer I've ever been, and I think a big part of that is because of the connection that he's immediately made with everybody in the class and getting everybody to be involved and participate in with everything. And Brown & Brown itself, like, first of all, because we're standing in a building, I can tell you what a freaking awesome building this is, and you know, that certainly helps when you can show up a little. Everyone's eager to get here early. We got a nice cafeteria, gives everyone a reason to come down, start going over a little bit of materials before we even start. And just the way that they've treated us from the moment that we first signed up with them a couple months ago, being in the dealership hands-on, that's a huge thing for me, is seeing the people that are preaching it being hands-on with us and helping us along the way.
Hey guys, got Tom Bright here, who worked for Bright Associates, who's actually partnered with Brown & Brown. I kind of wanted to just get your opinion of a couple of things, being you're actually part of the facilitation of this whole thing. But what's it like kind of working for Brown & Brown, and also what's your opinion of John Tabor?
First class is the first thing that comes to your mind. Not only the facilities, but I'm most excited that everyone here is getting to see the facilities and the people that work here. Brown & Brown's culture is what's paramount, and they are all about the team. And I can't think of a better fit for Brown & Brown and Lou Fuse because of that culture that's also inherent in their stores.
That was one thing I was going to ask you. As an outside source, what's your, and you can be totally honest, what's your true opinion of the Fuse network?
It's really amazing because a lot of you guys didn't know each other before you got here, even though you were theoretically on the same team, but somehow everyone seems to be cut from the same cloth. It seems like there's a common trait amongst all the people that we're working with within all the Fuse stores. And I think that starts at the top. And I think that was kind of a surprise, that the way people bonded together without having known each other prior to getting here, naturally. There's no fakeness about it.
Okay, everyone, I've got Rick here, who's actually an employee of Brown & Brown. Rick is actually from St. Louis, so he's out here traveling with us at the same time. But Rick, I kind of just wanted to get your opinion of what it's like kind of working for Brown & Brown.
Oh my God, it's exciting. So the culture here is aggressive. They're all about growth and taking care of their employees, and it's an incredible team environment. In fact, one of the things that makes it unique is the platform. So they actually don't operate like many corporations. The actual model they use allows each of their profit centers to continue to operate as they did, but yet they have common systems and processes. So no, it's fantastic.
I want you to be totally honest.
Okay, yeah.
What's your true opinion of the Lou Fuse Automotive Network?
Oh, incredible brand.
What about the culture within that company? Obviously, as an outside source, how do you feel about the culture that we have specifically?
Amazing teamwork. What I would say is you can tell how much they care about the customers and about each other, and all of that matters ultimately to deliver.
Are you excited for the future working alongside Lou Fuse?
Oh, wow. Having seen all the people go through training and be a part of this with them, I'm extremely excited about where one Fuse organization is going in the marketplace. Yeah.
So I guess I brought the weather back with me because it is absolutely beautiful out here. When we first flew back from Florida, from Daytona Beach, we went from 75 degrees to 25 degrees. We had one relatively cool day, and I guess now it's springtime, so it's beautiful out here today. Really happy about that, but really hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. You know, it was really insightful. You know, I've been doing training, and I've been in the car business for 18 years, but I've been doing training a lot in my life, and let me tell you, that was the best training I've ever had. The trainer, John Tabor, was absolutely amazing. Really soft, really smooth, just like the way he transitioned. It was also nice to get some of the other employees from the network involved in the vlog a little bit. You know, we don't get usually anyone else outside. It's usually just the guys that work here and girls, so that was real nice to actually get that to happen. So again, it was just great training over at Brown & Brown in Daytona. Really enjoyed myself. Brought back a lot of stuff, got a lot of things that I want to implement in the store, so really happy about that. Up on this side, I'm going to stick up a video link. Please click on that. It really helps me with the throughput. On this side, I'm going to put up a link to my subscription. Up at the top there, link to my Lou Fuse Ford page. Well, not mine, the stores, but a link to that one. So subscribe on that. We really appreciate it. Push that post notification button. As always, like, subscribe, comment, do what you need to do on there, and I'll see you all in a bit.